All right, let's just get right into it. You know, sooner or later, life is going to bring every single one of us to our knees. It just happens. It shatters our plans, it shatters our sense of control. So, really, the question isn't if this is going to happen, but how we're going to stand back up when it does. Look, this isn't about trying to avoid the storms of life, because you can't. It's impossible. This is about learning how to move through them. It's about figuring out how to rise again, maybe even stronger and with more clarity than before. And that's where, believe it or not, ancient philosophy comes in. And I'm not talking about some stuffy academic thing you read in a textbook. No way. This is a real-world survival guide. It wasn't dreamed up in some quiet university hall. It was forged in the absolute worst conditions you can imagine: war, exile, even slavery. And just think about who we're talking about here. You've got Epictetus, a slave whose master literally broke his leg, and yet he's the one writing about what it means to be truly free. You've got Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man on earth, dealing with plagues, burying his own children, and Seneca writing some of the wisest words in history, all while knowing that his death sentence could show up at any moment. These guys lived in chaos, and they built something that could withstand it. So what did they figure out? Well, the most crucial thing is this. Real mental toughness, it doesn't start with just gritting your teeth or, being positive. It starts with something way simpler, but so much more powerful. It starts with a very clear distinction. And here it is. This is the absolute foundation for everything else we're going to talk about: the dichotomy of control. This one simple idea is the bedrock of an unbreakable mind. It forces you to constantly ask yourself one simple question: is this actually mine to worry about? And this slide just lays it out so clearly, doesn't it? On the left, you have what's in your control: your thoughts, your actions, the kind of person you decide to be. And that's pretty much it. On the right, everything else: what other people think, the economy, what happened yesterday. The Stoics would tell you that basically all our anxiety and suffering comes from wasting our energy on that right-hand column. Real peace, that comes from focusing like a laser on the left. Okay, so we've got the foundation. Now, how do we actually start building this mental armor? Because, you don't wait for the hurricane to hit to figure out how to build a shelter. You train before you need it. These next tools, they're all about proactive preparation, not last-minute panic. Now, this one might sound a little dark at first, but it is unbelievably effective. Every morning, you just take a moment and you imagine things going wrong during your day. Your commute is a disaster. A coworker is rude. A big project gets delayed. The point isn't to make yourself anxious. It's the opposite. You're rehearsing. You're preparing your mind so that when life inevitably throws a curveball, you're not shocked. You've already played it out. You're ready. Okay, here's something super practical you can literally do tonight. Grab a piece of paper, draw a line right down the middle. On the left side, dump everything that's stressing you out. Just get it all out. Then, go down that list, and on the right side, identify which of those things are actually within your control. You'll probably find that most of them aren't. And that's so freeing. You just let them go and pour all your energy into the few things you can actually do something about. It creates instant clarity. All right, so we've talked about defense, right? We've built the fortress. But what if we could do more than just endure? What if we could actually go on the attack? This next whole mindset isn't just about surviving pain, it's about using it as fuel. It's about transforming hardship into your greatest source of power. The philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche had this amazing way of putting it. He's saying you're not some little candle flame that gets snuffed out by a gust of wind. No, you are a freaking bonfire. And everything life throws at you, the good, the bad, the ugly, the painful, it doesn't extinguish you. It just becomes more fuel for your fire. And that brings us to this incredible idea, amor fati. It literally means a love of one's fate. And it's a choice. It's the decision to not just put up with what happens to you, but to actually love it. To see every single event, especially the ones that hurt the most, as a necessary part of your story. You don't just tolerate your fate. You embrace it like you chose it from the very beginning. It's exactly what Marcus Aurelius was talking about. He said what stands in the way becomes the way. With this mindset, that setback you're facing, that rejection, it's not a roadblock. It is the road. The obstacle itself becomes the opportunity to practice courage, to practice creativity, to become who you're meant to be. So this last tool, well, it might just be the most powerful one of all. It's like a mental reset button that you can hit at any time to instantly cut through the noise, strip away everything that doesn't matter, and sharpen your focus on what actually does. Now, this might sound heavy. Memento mori. Remember you must die. But stick with me here, because this isn't about being morbid. It's about being liberated. Seriously. Knowing that your time here is finite is the ultimate prioritization tool. It's like a splash of cold water to the face that forces you to ask, am I really spending my precious, limited time on this? Think about it. When you really remember your time is short, all that small stuff just melts away. That petty argument, the fear of what someone might think of you, the grudge you're holding on to, it all shrinks. It reminds you that this pain you're feeling right now, it's temporary. And it makes you incredibly, deeply grateful just for the fact that you're here, right now, breathing. All right, we've covered a lot of ground. So how do you actually make this a part of your life? Because strength isn't something you just think about. It's something you do. It's a practice. So here's a simple, actionable routine you can use to train your mind every single day. So here it is, your daily workout for your mind. Think of it just like going to the gym. In the morning, you do your reps of premeditatio malorum to get ready for whatever the day throws at you. Throughout the day, you use memento mori as your check-in to keep your perspective. And at night, you use your journal to cool down, reflect, and just let go of everything that was never yours to carry in the first place. It's not complicated, but man, is it powerful. Look, if there's one thing to take away from all of this, it's this. Mental strength isn't a trait you're born with. It's not something you either have or you don't. It's a skill. It's something you build, brick by brick, day by day, choice by choice, especially when it's hard. Because make no mistake, the storm is coming. It comes for everyone. The heartbreak, the failure, the loss, it's all part of the deal. So the only real question left, the only one you actually have any control over, is this. When it gets here, who are you going to choose to be?